Good morning. Let's take a look at yesterday. Two competitions predominantly, EFL Cup and Champions League. That was the only real angle in. As I've warned you in the past, some major sides will pretend to feign interest in the competition, will be keen to get out of it as quickly as possible. Or they're Man United and just pants. I would have expected Cunha to get on the score sheet yesterday. Did he? Mbeumo and Maguire, so still nothing from our old pal Cunha, who has impressed. So laying at odds on pretty much did the job. If you had a small back of Man United as well, well, they just couldn't quite land it in the end. Elsewhere, went the way of the odds, didn't it? In the EFL Cup, all the Premier League sides dominant. In the Champions League, any angles there yesterday? Not really. Qarabağ and Ferencvaros, I suppose the 2-2 was vulnerable because Ferencvaros would be needing the goal. 2-2 there. The 2-3 would have had Qarabağ sweating a little bit, but it's all about the aggregates. 2-goal head start. So Qarabağ got away with it. Okay. Great stuff from Ferencvaros. Really strong performance from them. Did what they needed to do and were within one goal. All about red cards as well yesterday. Look at Fenerbahce, the special one, will not be happy with that. Rangers, like Celtic, absolutely imploded in Europe. It's just a damning indictment of the SPL, isn't it? Losing to Kairat Almaty and Club Brugge. Oh dear. Celta Vigo and Betis. I think Celta Vigo required this draw coming from behind. They've had an awful start and they did rely on their home form last season. Today is all about the Europa League qualifiers. So we've got to know the first leg scorelines, don't we? So FOTMob, where you'll head off for that. And you've got them nicely in the brackets there. So any standouts? Well, Samsunspor, Panathinaikos, only one goal in it. Ludogorets, Skendia, only one goal in it. And it's the home side today who needs to score that goal. So those two, Samsunspor, Ludogorets, would certainly get an interest from me today. Finely poised. And the home team has to score to equalise. Similar story, PAOK Thessaloniki. One goal in it. Dynamo Kiev have just been awful, haven't they? Utrecht, no problem from them. Ghent against Lech Poznan, another strong Belgian performance. Young boys in Slovan Bratislava, only one goal in that one. Steaua Bucharest and Aberdeen, superb performance from Aberdeen there. Give them a chance in this particular match. And in the Conference League qualifiers, just looking for matches with potential. Fredrikstad and Crystal Palace, you'd expect Palace just to look to dot the I's on that one. Ammonia Nicosia, just one goal in it against Wolfsberger and their favourite as well. I like that kind of scenario where the market fancies you and you've got to score. Besiktas and Lausanne, well, welcome to hell under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Rapid Vienna, just the one goal in it as well. And it's the home favourite who needs to score. RFS, one goal in that one as well. And it's the home favourite who needs to score. So quite a pattern emerging. Sides away from home in the first leg, not quite delivering, but they've got home leg advantage on this occasion. Craiova and Basak Sehirspor, again, one goal in it, but it's the away side on this in this instance who need to score. 2.45 the favourite tells you it's too tough to read. One goal's in it. Athens, Rakow, So plenty of competitive football this evening. Just 1 goal deficits from the first leg. Banik Ostrava as well. Just the 1 goal in it for them. So we'll look for Ostrava. So plenty of matches with a competitive edge this evening. Brøndby and Strasbourg, particularly in this Conference League. It's all whether the in-play stats and the teams with need will turn up today. Only 1 goal in it, Differdange and Dritter. Differdange from Luxembourg. Where are we now? Fiorentina, as you'd expect. Rayo Vallecano, as you'd expect. Very dominant. We did lay the draw second half in that Rayo match. Perhaps they'll need a goal just to put this to bed. They are, or did, absolutely dominate the first half. No worries at all. Linfield and Shelburne. It's a local derby in Ireland. The home side need to score the first 2 goals. Normally with a deficit like this, a 2-goal deficit, and you're playing at home, look for the possibility of a goal before half time. And the last 5 matches, they're all 1 goal in it affairs. Warsaw, Mainz, Servette, Shamrock and Breidablik. So they're all going to get a star. This looks like the competition to be with this evening, doesn't it? The Conference League. So many angles, so many familiar names, but watch out with the likes of Palace. Multiple changes to the team dynamic. So they're not going to be the Premier League Crystal Palace. Plenty, I think, to interest us this evening. It's going to be a 5 p.m. start for me this evening. 4 p.m. start for KuPS against Midtjylland. But that looks done and done, doesn't it? I think Midtjylland 0-4 lead from the first leg. KuPS have been competitive. They could land a goal at home at least, but it's all about the aggregates, this scoreline, isn't it? 3-0 defeat for Midtjylland, and they will still go through on aggregate. So this is the way to trade these matches, is via the aggregate scorelines. That's why it would be so good to have the aggregates in brackets here, like they do at FOTMob, because it's a crucial trading element to the matches. I have been working in the background on apps for you. Had some success yesterday, just generating some reports on some of the British teams or the UK teams involved in Europe. So I'll be passing those on to you. These apps are developing slowly. So for example, in this particular app, I can choose any match I want. So let's choose Steaua Bucharest and Aberdeen in the Conference League. So we'll input the Conference League, FCSB, Aberdeen. And what I'm trying to train this to do is to focus on certain elements, such as new manager syndrome, for example, and whether this is a 1 or 2-legged affair. So let's take a look at whether the app has picked up the important information, which will be that this is a 2-legged affair. Key battle, main talking point, psychological state and ability to rebound from the first leg collapse. Yes, it was a collapse, wasn't it? 2-0 down, FCSB. Statistical certainties. Well, I wouldn't be saying anything in betting or trading is a certainty, but these could give you some angles in. Over 2.5 goals looks rather obvious, doesn't it? It's all to play for. Next team to score will take the lead in the tie. Both teams to score. Well, we will see. Are Aberdeen strong enough away from home? Aberdeen to score at least 1 goal. So if you like this kind of stuff, I'm enhancing the app and it will be available soon. We've got a referee as well. Can often make a big difference. And it's also useful for those of you who are going to branch out into spread betting. So we've got the whole competition here. We know what's needed. Form lines, well, not really relevant. lineups will be relevant for Premier League matches, for example, and for cup matches. Managerial styles as well. Benfica v Fenerbahce, for example, you know it's going to be a tight affair with the special one. So it's more than one app I've got developed. Hopefully they'll become useful to you once they're fully enhanced. I will see members of footballtradingprofits.com from 4 p.m. today. Plenty of early enough kickoffs for me to get interest. Plenty of angles, as I say, in the Conference League. Plenty of one goal in it matches. We're going to see competitive football. I'm also collecting 2.5 goal plays as well. I've got another app for that. It's not the soccer match one. I think I've got I'll have to find it for you tomorrow. But it's coming up with 2.5 goal plays. I am creating a new 2.5 goal strategy. Let's see long term if it's got good trading potential and good bet and go potential. So I also have this app working. It's a rather unimaginative Crystal Palace win today, but it's looking at the estimated value. So see some value in those odds. It's a multiple changes for Crystal Palace. Analysts pick FCSB Steaua Bucharest to beat Aberdeen at 1.75. What this app does, it hoovers up all available information online and brings us a consensus view. I am recording the results, particularly of the 2.5 goal angles, as part of the bet and go strategies. The standouts today, a draw in Sigma Olomouc and Malmo, and Samsunspor and Panathinaikos draws at 3.3. So that will interest me as well, recording these draws. Might we have a lay the draw strategy? Will it get it right? Will it be a draw, or can we oppose those draws? It's 2.5 goals as well, and both teams to score will be of interest. I'm recording these each day. You never know, we might just find that this little bit of kit will produce a good strike rate, or rather, it will be a contrarian plan. So Inter Miami and Orlando over 2.5 goals. AEK Athens and Anderlecht under, and over Sunderland and Brentford. So that's for the weekend. So I've got plenty of these working in the background, and I'm recording, as I say, results for you on a daily basis. We might come up with a good 2.5 goal strategy. My other one is to look through matches where the over 2.5 goals is at odds of 1.5 or lower. If they are, for example here, 1.65, so not quite. If the odds are 1.5 or lower for over 2.5 goals, I'll be looking for the scenario of a single goal before half-time, and then looking at the goal second half. So there was one match in the Professional Development League which showed very well how that strategy worked. So let's look at this match, and I would look at leagues where there's going to be goals. Professional Development League, Premier League 2, Dutch Eerste Divisie. Over and under, go to 2.5 here at Soccer24. It's under 1.5 considerably. That's telling us we're expecting goals before half-time. We're expecting at least 2 before half-time. We're expecting over 2.5 goals with some ease. How did this match eventuate? This is what I'm looking for. Looking for a 1-0 at half-time. Then, in the second half, you back over 2.5 goals. Beginning of second half, you get something like 1.6. Don't forget, over 2.5 goals, only 3 goals needs to be scored. Or the hint, you've already got 1 in the bag. You've got a whole second half, and you've got a 1.3 over 2.5 goal match. Thankfully, didn't have to wait that long. 54th minute, that's your out. You can get out without needing to wait for 3 goals. So that, for me, is turning over 2.5 goals into the search with just a single goal between, I think, the 46th to about 70th minute. You'd have to give yourself a cash out for a loss as well if you don't see that goal within a specific amount of time. We are pinning our hopes on the fact that this 1.23 for over 2.5 goals suggests plenty of goals. Only the 3, but over 2.5 goals did come in. So that's something to look at. I'm looking for examples each day. What I tend to do is to line up these 1.5 and lower shots in a graph, in a spreadsheet for you. So today's short-priced favourites, we'll be looking here as well for laying the draw. So the 2.5 goal strategy, we're looking at the 2.5 goal market. But if you wanted to lay the draw, I've got another bet and go idea. Pick the shortest odds in a day in all competitions. So Samson Sport Panathinaikos, 3.3 for the draw, the shortest draw odds of the day on soccer24.com. Shortest odds. We've got 3.3, 3.1, Brøndby and Strasbourg. 3.1 and 3.1, Differdanger and Drita. Anything lower than that today? Those would be my lay the draw candidates. And be looking for backing 0-0 pre-match in this Brøndby and Differdanger match. But interestingly enough, in my recording results of laying the draw in the shortest priced draw of the day, the matches tend not to end draws. So that could be something to look at. I'm recording these results for you daily as well. We don't want to just steam in just on an anomaly based on 1 week. But do the market makers get it wrong? Do they find it difficult to pick matches with draws? Because a lot of these are ending with a win. So there's a couple of strategies there for you. I'm around for members at 4 p.m. Do look out at footballtradingprofits.com today, please. Particularly in the blog section, I will be forwarding you some reports on the European sides using AI. So we're going to have a report on Aberdeen. I think you know all about that one. We're going to have a look at finely poised Shamrock Rovers leading 2-1 against Santa Clara. Fantastic. This could be historic for Shamrock if they can pull it through. And we've also got Hibernian away at Legia Warsaw, only the 1 goal in it. So I have focused for these reports on the United Kingdom teams. So that will be an added bonus. I will put them in a short as well with a link to the links. And I will be generating more reports. So they will be an addition at footballtradingprofits.com in the blog section. It doesn't take me too long to generate these reports. Might just find that they create a good trading angle for you. So a busy day for me today, starting at 4 p.m. KuPS with a mountain to climb against Midtjylland.